Hello and welcome to Nationwide. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Thanks for joining us. We'll begin with issues in the oil and gas sector. The federal government has inaugurated a committee to investigate concerns raised by industry stakeholders over the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission's recent regulation on domestic crude oil supply obligations, particularly Section 109. Lydia Sampson has details.
The committee, chaired by Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Ambassador Nicholas Ella, was set up in Abuja after a meeting between Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Henike Lukobiri, and representatives of the Oil Producers Trade Session and Independent Petroleum Producers Group. Briefing journalists after the closed-door meeting, Lukobiri emphasized that there is no disagreement among industry players, stressing that the goal is to ensure a seamless crude oil supply for domestic refining and boosting Nigeria's energy security and economic growth.
What we have resolved, is that there should be a small committee to be headed by the Permanent Secretary that will look at the matter, between Monday and Tuesday, and then report back to me, and then we can inform Nigerians that, look, contrary to whatever opinions people may have, the oil industry is one. We are all committed to ensuring that we support local refining. We are also committed to ensuring that we create the best environment that's globally competitive to allow business operations in the oil and gas sector to continue. And that is the essence of government.
The committee is expected to convene between now and Monday to address concerns and find solutions for steady crude oil supply for local refining, specifically focusing on the implications of Section 109 of the regulation. The implementation of the domestic crude oil supply obligation is provided under Section 109(2) of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021. The committee's findings and recommendations will provide a way forward for the industry, addressing challenges posed by the NUPLC regulation with focus on Section 109. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, with its development partners, is emphasizing the need for public awareness programs to educate citizens about the risks associated with improper battery disposal and the importance of recycling. This was at the launching and unveiling of the National Environmental Battery Control Regulations. Steve Nonwai Loakolo reports.
The National Environmental Battery Control Regulations being unveiled here are part of Nigeria's broader environmental protection framework. These are regulations established by the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, NESRA, to manage and control the environmental impacts associated with the manufacture, distribution, usage, and disposal of batteries. The Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NESRA, Dr. Innocent Bariko, says the battery control regulations will support the Nigerian government's efforts to ensure sustainable handling of waste batteries, mostly resulting from the accelerated use of renewable energy solutions.
The launch of this regulation today will not only sensitize the Nigerian public on this emergence, but will popularize its essence within the Nigerian environment and lay a firm foundation for a sustainable and responsible approach towards addressing the challenges of improper use and battery management in the country.
Representative of the Chairman House Committee on Environment, Tesia Ugbo, pledges the House commitment in making legislations to ensure a friendly environment.
This new regulation is very timely and is crucial as it sets out a comprehensive guidelines for the proper handling, disposal, and recycling of batteries.
This is a waste to wealth initiative, which means all these our teeming youths that will graduate and not have jobs. This is a very good opportunity for them to also key in to this project.
The Director, Legal Services, NESRA, shed more light on key provisions of the National Environmental Battery Control Regulations. The development partners, including the Nigerian Energy Support Program, say the milestone will go a long way in regulating the activities of the battery waste disposal industry. These regulations will assist in mitigating the environmental and health risk associated with the hazardous waste, particularly from electronic waste. In Abuja, Steve Lona and Waokolo, NTA News.
The federal government has reiterated commitments not to relent in promoting Nigeria's cultural values through educational policies and programs. Minister of State for Education, Dr. Tanko Sununu, gave the assertion at the President's School Debate Nigeria Finals. Zenret Dingmun reports.
Nigerian students depicting the importance of education through intellectual arguments on issues of concern in the sector. 6 teams from Rivers, Kwara, Enugu, Osun, Ekiti states and the FCT took turns defending their motions, with Team Enugu clinching the first prize. Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu, and other interested groups underscored the importance of engaging students in such activities that will enhance their creativity and innovative ideas for a better Nigeria.
It helps us to model them and improve their critical thinking skills. It also encourages us to see how students participate, collaborate, and work in harmony as a team.
Strive for greatness and work together toward a brighter future for Nigeria, embracing diversity and promoting inclusivity.
This championship is not just about individual achievements. It is a celebration of the collective spirit that thrives in our students.
All the states that participated in the national finals will represent Nigeria at the International Debate Championships.
Minister of the FCT Yesom Wike, in addition to sponsoring the event, donates 500,000, 300,000 and 200,000 naira respectively to the first 3 teams. In Abuja, Zenret Dingmun, NTA News.
In the meantime, the National Commission for Almajiri is seeking the support and collaboration of traditional and academic institutions to achieve its mandate of addressing the issues of Almajiri and out-of-school children. This was during the Commission's visit to Maiduguri, led by its Executive Secretary, Mohammed Sani Idris. Umar Jimbarima reports.
The Commission was established with the sole mandate to address the issues of Almajiri and out-of-school children, which was driven by former Minister of Education, Aishatu Jibril Duku, and Dr. Kaka, who played pivotal roles in its formation. The delegation was led by Dr. Muhammad Sani Idris, the Executive Secretary of the Commission, who is a native of Borno, and along with other key figures to include Dr. Ibrahim Al-Mustafa Aliyu, Chairman of the House Committee on Alternative Education, and former Minister of Education, Aishatu Jibril Duku, were at the palace of the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar ibn Umar Garbai Al-Amin Al-Kanemi, to seek collaboration, where the royal father assured of his commitment to meeting set objectives.
Borno is a bonfire which has been in existence for 1,500 years without any interruption.
They then moved to the University of Maiduguri and Borno State University to drum out support and synergy, where the representatives of the Vice Chancellor, University of Maiduguri, Professor Yakubu Mukhtar, and that of Borno State University, Professor Mohammed Musa, expressed readiness for partnership to support the Commission's effort.
Whatever it takes to make sure that this collaboration works, we want to most sincerely appreciate Mr. President for the different sacrifices that were made to bring this bill to fruition.
Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Almajiris, Dr. Muhammad Sani Idris, stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is concerned about the plight of Almajiris and out-of-school children, noting that providing every child with the opportunity to excel is critical to the socio-economic growth and development of the nation.
Nigeria will be safer, education will boost, and then we will have a Nigeria that is a country of everybody's fantasies.
The President is committed to seeing a change situation on the issue of Almajiri and out-of-school children in Nigeria.
He is optimistic that the success of these collaborations will put the country on the path of greatness. In Maiduguri, Umar Jimbarima, NTA News.
We'll take an early stop now and cross over to our Benin Network Centre, where Udwa Kobong is standing by for reports from that zone. Hello, how are you doing?
Dennis, and welcome to Benin. The Benin City Master Plan and Edo State Regional Development Plan are not documents for today, but for the future, to assist the present generation know what life holds for them. Governor Godwin Obaseki made the remark while speaking on the education sector of the Edo at 33rd anniversary with the sub-theme, Education, the Pathway to the New Edo Nation.
For the governor, both the Benin City Master Plan and Edo State Regional Development Plan will be the greatest policy his administration will be leaving behind for his successor. Education, pathway to the new Edo Nation, is the sub-theme, and it is to recognize that the state's education ecosystem plays a vital role in aligning with the Edo State Master Plan by equipping students with the requisite knowledge, skills, and values to drive progress and development.
We have shown in 8 years that it is possible if you have a determination.
While the Edo best students and pupils from different schools made a presentation on the theme of the anniversary, the glory of the new Edo Nation, special needs pupils also advocated inclusiveness and accessibility of public infrastructure for the physically challenged. The event featured an interactive panel by commissioners on the implementation of the state's development master plan by their ministries. In Benin, good luck in NTA News.
A 6,000 capacity event center and conference hall, to be known as the Dome, is in the making in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Governor Godwin Obaseki, in company of a music artist known as Rema and other notable personalities, performed the groundbreaking at Garrick Mineral Ground.
The property, which occupies 12 hectares of land, was acquired by the government from the Garrick family 5 years ago and is to serve as a hub of culture and entertainment park to host several events and help generate revenues to the state.
I will see to it that this is finished, and it is finished well.
Governor Obaseki said the state is already experiencing growth, with most of the youths into the entertainment industry.
We saw the urgent need to create a venue, a large venue that can host huge events, and that has been the driving force behind us as government acquiring this piece of property.
While the Commissioner for Arts, Culture and Tourism, Dr. Udwa Uyi Malaka, believes that the Dome will be a place where cultural activities will be promoted.
We envision a hub that will attract visitors from far and wide.
Culture is the life of the people most times. Edo State is rich in culture. This place is going to be a place that we are going to be proud of as musicians, as entertainers.
The groundbreaking is one of the activities to celebrate Edo at 33. In Benin, good luck in NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. Nationwide continues in Lagos studio with Adiola standing by, but that will be after the break. Please stay.
Advocating for the rights of women is expected to gain attraction with training of female journalists in promoting the crucial role of women in governance as well as fostering economic development. Diana Ajala reports that the National Association of Women Journalists NAWOJ Southwest Zonal Summit, which brought together female journalists within the zone, will serve as an eye-opener to participants to put issues of gender equality and other challenges confronting women in the front burner.
From daily struggles in an effort to support the home, unemployment, discrimination at workplace, to low representation at political levels, no doubt, women are daily faced with multiple challenges daily. This summit by the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, therefore seeks to change that narrative and stereotype notion that women should be relegated to the kitchen. This unwanted narrative can be changed by equipping women with the requisite knowledge to enable them come out of their shells and key into available opportunities.
Female journalists who report on the intersection of gender and development, governance and economic growth can drive societal change by highlighting the benefits of empowering women.
We can multitask. We believe that if given the opportunity, we can take any leadership position from where it is to where people will be shocked at it. There is that adage that said, you win, we win. When one woman wins, it is all the women win.
The time has come for us as women journalists to start thinking outside the box, beyond our various duties and responsibilities as journalists, as media practitioners. What else are we doing?
There's something bad in having equal representation of women. Even this 35% we are talking about, nothing to write home about. It should be 50-50.
The theme of the summit is empowering women, driving good governance and economic growth. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Beyond promoting family values and upscaling the skills of women, the Customs Officers' Wives Association, COA, says it is complementing federal government's poverty eradication initiative through training and support on self-reliance programs. In expanding the scope of its activities, an operational post was opened at the PTML command of the Customs Service in Lagos. And Michael Olaleye will bring us that report.
While fulfilling the constitutional responsibility of tackling smuggling activities across the nooks and crannies of the country, officers and men of the Nigeria Customs Service might sometimes be missing at the home front. And in filling that gap, the Customs Officers' Wives Association is expanding its empowerment and social welfare package towards ensuring that women across board are self-reliant. This is part of the initiative, and this office at the PTML command will not only serve as a rallying point for women, but will also provide necessary vocational skills to upskill their sources of income while providing for the needs of their families.
This place is going to be a place where they come, they share minds, they rub minds, and a place where it's accessible for all COA members. You can come in anytime to share your thoughts, to complain, to seek for help.
As a support mechanism with triple benefits for members, widows of deceased customs officers were presented with cash donation and food items, while graduates of various vocational training programs were given essential work equipment.
I implore all COA members to key into these training programs to empower them to be self-reliant, hardworking, and productive as entrepreneurs.
As part of its restructuring strategy, COA will be increasing advocacy through various outreach programs tinted towards eradicating drug abuse, reducing infant mortality, while supporting universal education through the establishment of schools across the country. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
And those are stories from Lagos. Nationwide, we'll continue with Dennis in Abuja. Dennis, over to you.
Hello, Adiola. Many thanks for your reports there in Lagos. Thank you. Now, the Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohane, intends to expand the scope of Women Empowerment Initiative with the inauguration of a new program tagged Women for Nigeria Project later this year. The target, she explains, is to get philanthropists in Nigeria and the diaspora to donate funds and machineries to enable women to embark on aggressive farming, processing and exportation of produce to earn foreign currency.
planter state in United States, and they said, plant sunflower for us, plant hibiscus, and they will buy it off us. That will push in inflow of dollars into Nigeria. With that, we'll be able to push in this as we are planting rice, tomatoes, beans, other things.
Bulk of our support will be on funds. But if we now have any other area we can assist, we have gotten the list of the equipments and the list of the technical know-hows, and then we go into those ones and know the ones we can do.
The target, she explains, is to, in a related development rather, the Minister of Women Affairs, in company of other good-spirited Nigerians, took a tour to the National Hospital Abuja to lend a helping hand to some patients.
I got to equally come back here again to thank my God for all his mercies towards my life by equally touching other people's lives.
She used to come all by herself, but today she came with a good entourage of people trying to put them through. We hope that it will filter down to so many citizens of the country.
Amongst the beneficiaries is a mother who has spent 3 days for not being able to pay for the hospital bill of her baby. Now, organize and get it done is the rallying cry for women across Africa as they seek to ensure their presence is fully represented and their voices count in all decision-making processes. This was the consensus at the She Forum 2024 International Women Conference held in Abuja, where women from across the continent gathered to re-strategize and mobilize for more impact on the continent. Mamso Damian Dati brings us details.
From Monrovia, Liberia, a determined woman has made her way to Abuja, Nigeria, to join forces with other women from Africa and across the country.
The theme of this conference, Organize, Get It Done, is not only appropriate, but is also a timely call to galvanize and compel friendships, collaborations, and partnerships.
Her mission: to tackle the pressing issues affecting women and girls, and to be part of a movement driving positive change.
I have a 16-year-old daughter who I brought to a conference as well. I would not allow her to ever see someone disgrace me as a woman, as a mother. And this is our generation's mandate. So the call to action is, women of Africa, no longer allow your daughters to see a man, or anyone for that matter, pull or seat from under you that is rightfully yours.
This year's conference promises to be a game changer, offering a wealth of knowledge, inspiration, and growth opportunities, focusing on empowerment, training, and mentorship.
Reprioritizing. It's about carrying on the conversations about gender equality, about women's empowerment, about inclusion, about intergenerational mentorship, which is where the world is right now. It's about the kinds of principles that we can infuse if we are to drive and trigger the levels of growth that women require, that girls require for true development.
The She Forum Africa Annual Conference is dedicated to equipping women with the tools and confidence needed to drive positive changes. In Abuja, Mamso Damian Dati, NTA News.
To agricultural matters now. The federal government, in partnership with the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, is driving the national food security policy with 135,000 farmers in 66 local areas across 9 states under the Value Chain Development Program, VCDP. The national coordinator of the program, Dr. Fatima Kabiru Aliu, disclosed this during the 11th supervision mission to Nasarawa State, as Chikili Magaji now tells us.
The program focuses on the development of agricultural markets and increasing market access for smallholder farmers and small to medium-scale agro-processing.
The main objective of VCDP is to improve the livelihoods, food security of smallholder farmers in our benefiting states.
The team paid an assessment visit to small and medium processing outfits involving about 25 farmer groups in Nasarawa State who are engaged in the processing of rice, maize, cassava, and cooking oil, among others.
All our community are really appreciate the purpose that VCDP give us, all of our members, our
Project Coordinating Unit, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Kusi Peter Kukui, assured that the federal government will continue to provide the desired platform for the program's mandate to be met.
These are the type of things we want to see, encouraging our rural people to improve on their businesses.
What we have been doing so far is intervening in the areas of rice and cassava value chains.
At a meeting with Governor Abuja Sule, the country director IFAD, Mrs. Dede Ekoe, assured the governor of the sustainability of the program to end hunger and poverty among the rural populace. The supervision mission is aimed at conducting a comprehensive assessment of the value chain development program's progress and achievements in Nasarawa State for informed strategic decisions for optimized program implementation. Achigli Magaji, NTA News.
And balancing the equation between agricultural development, environmental protection, and public health saddles the National Biosafety Management Agency with a crucial responsibility of ensuring standardization. At a workshop in collaboration with the United States Department of Agriculture, issues bordering on agricultural biosafety and biotech communication dominated discussions. Steve Lonoi Nwakolo reports.
Biosafety technology refers to the set of practices, technologies, and policies designed to ensure that the development, use, and release of genetically modified organisms, GMOs, and other biotechnological products are safe for humans, animals, plants, and the environment. The Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the National Biosafety Management Agency gives an overview of Nigeria's biosafety system.
For safety measures in the application of modern and emerging biotechnology, the only thing is that in certain times you have to domesticate them so that it can fall in line with what is happening in each country or practice.
The United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, Councillor Chris Brelecki, amongst other speakers, enlightened the participants on the national, international regulatory framework on biosafety and misconceptions surrounding the GMOs.
We sent different groups to the United States, Nigerian business folks, scientists, government regulators to the United States to participate in exchange programs. So in May we had 2 programs, lead from Nigeria, where we invited Nigerians to go to the United States to work in U.S. universities.
What do the scientists say? What is the consensus of scientists on this issue?
The strategic communication training is aimed at equipping influencers and reporters on the models of reporting biosafety and biotech regulations in the country. In Abuja, Steve Lonai Nwakolo, NTA News.
In other news, the Yobe State government has reintroduced and distributed standard weighing scales designed to ensure that people are not shortchanged in their day-to-day businesses and transactions in markets. Adam Yusuf Ali reports that local government Sharia committees have been tasked to monitor implementation at local markets in communities across the state.
Introducing government-approved weighing measures for grains in markets across Yobe State was born out of desire to standardize quantity of commodity customers purchase and stop arbitrary use of measures in the state. While launching the weighing scales, the Deputy Governor, Idi Barde Kubana, charged marketers to make proper use of the approved measures in the conduct of their businesses. As it is now, mechanism has been put in place in collaboration with market unions leadership and the Ministry of Religious Affairs and Ethical Orientation and traditional institutions to further enhance sensitization of marketers to adopt the only government-approved weighing scales in all transactions across the state. In Damaturu, Adam Yusuf Ali, NTA News.
The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has given 1 month moratorium to traders and other market stakeholders involved in exploitative pricing to crash the prices of goods. Executive Vice Chairman of the FCCPC, Tunji Bello, stated this at a one-day stakeholders engagement on exploitative pricing in Abuja. Olayinka Ujo reports.
So we not see things for market except the people where they store it for store.
I went to buy a noodle of corn. They said 1,400. 5 noodle, 7,000. Instead of 1,000, they said 7,000. I didn't buy.
And the essence of this engagement is to work out better ways of addressing the growing trend of unreasonable price gouging, price fixing, and other exploitative means of pricing placed on consumer goods and services by market associations that have become market cartels. Listing issues and challenges such as high cost of transportation, insecurity, multiple taxation, increase in foreign exchange rates are some of the reasons for the continuous increase in the prices of goods and services.
And even as they carry it from the port outside, the security agencies will take their own before it gets to the point of sale. You can produce and sell the national value and see what will happen.
While making references to the Commission's findings on exploitative increase in prices of some products at different supermarkets in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt and Kano states, with increase reflecting 2 times within a week, the FCCPC boss says the basis for the hiking price is a threat to economic stability.
Our goal today is not community. We believe that through constructive engagement, we can establish a framework for reasonable pricing that benefits all stakeholders, particularly the consumers who are the backbone of our economy.
The Commission is expected to begin enforcement after the 1 month moratorium. Olayinka Ujo, NTA News.
Sokoto Network Center is our next stop, and Sadia is standing by. Hello, Sadia.
Welcome to Sokoto. 8,590 entrepreneurs in Sokoto State received 1.5 million cash grants to boost their businesses from the 4 billion naira Economic Empowerment Joint Initiative of NG Cares Program and Sokoto State Government. This is at the flag-off ceremony of Sokoto NG Cares Result Area 3.2 Fund Support Disbursement performed by Governor Ahmed Aliyu. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa reports.
It was in 2021 that the program commenced in Sokoto State with a disbursement of 180 million naira to 810 beneficiaries by the Sokoto State Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, SOSMEDA. Flagging off the disbursement, Governor Ahmed Ali discloses that this time around the state government has set aside 1.5 billion naira for the 8,590 beneficiaries who received 100,000, 200,000, and 500,000 naira as financial support. Similarly, approval has been given for the release of 2.5 billion naira for the enrollment of additional 14,000 beneficiaries. Governor Ahmed Ali reiterates his administration's commitment towards supporting entrepreneurs for sustainable growth and development of the state and Nigeria.
The resources provided under this program are used to uplift the living standard of our people and create a lasting positive impact on our dear state. That this platform is the beginning of many more success to come.
Some of the beneficiaries thanked the state government for the gesture and assured to make judicious use of the financial support. Executive Secretary Sosmeda Binta Usman commended the governor for the sustained support to the agency.
I thank our great leader for his continued support, both financially and morally, towards the progress of the agency.
Sokoto State Commissioner for Budgets and Economic Planning, Balarabe Musa Kadadi, highlights the government's efforts in the introduction of various interventions aimed at cushioning the effects of COVID-19 and fuel subsidy removal. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
Towards ensuring a bumper harvest and food security in the country, Sokoto State Government is continuing to distribute free fertilizers to farmers through various committees set up by the state government. Sokoto State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs and Chairman Fertilizer Distribution Committee for Sokoto North Local Government Area, Ibrahim Adari, flagged off the exercise, urged members of the subcommittee to be fair in the distribution in areas of their jurisdiction. The Commissioner made the plea while flagging off the exercise in Sokoto. Lanat Abdullahi reports.
A total of 230 trucks of assorted fertilizers were provided for distribution free of charge to farmers in Sokoto State to boost agricultural production and ensure food security in the country. Each local government was allocated 10 trucks, out of which 7 are for wet season and 3 for dry season farming activities. Commissioner Ministry for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs Ibrahim Adari is saddled with the responsibility of distributing the 7 trucks containing 600 bags of NPK fertilizer to the 289 polling units in Sokoto North Local Government area. Ibrahim Adari intimated the subcommittees on the criteria for the distribution as directed by the government for compliance. The commissioner enjoined them to remain apolitical and ensure equitable distribution to genuine farmers in their polling units.
We have the fear of God and we do it rightly. And to the best of our ability, we will do and discharge the responsibility given to us.
The sole administrator Murtala Umar Kwabo and APC stalwart Malami Bajari, Sokoto North Local Government Area, described the gesture as fulfillment of Governor Ahmed Ali's campaign promises toward boosting food production in the state. The subcommittee's leadership at the polling units pledged to carry every farmer along in the exercise, irrespective of party affiliation. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
And those are the stories from this end. It's now back to Dennis in Abuja for more nationwide.
Thanks for rejoining us in Abuja. The Nigerian National Polio Plus Committee of Rotary International has recognized the invaluable contributions of key stakeholders in Nigeria's fight against polio by presenting awards to dedicated field workers who played a crucial role in the success story in Kebbi State. Hassana Abubakar Kuku was there and now reports.
The Field Workers Award ceremony was held in Kebbi State to recognize and encourage individuals who have demonstrated exceptional dedication to eradicating polio. The selection process was in multiple levels from ward to local governments and state levels. The chairman of NNPPC, Joshua Hassan, a past district governor of Rotary International, noted that there are 139 cases of polio globally and 39 are in Nigeria, specifically the Northwest.
We are concentrating here to come and thank our brothers and sisters and children who are working in the field. They are doing a lot of sacrifices to go into areas that are security prone and all that.
Development partners praised the awardees' effort and the organizers, while the awardees appreciated the recognition and pledged to maintain their commitment.
Highly glad to be one of the award recipients here. And actually, I know this was quite often our support of what we did in trying to eradicate polio.
Inshallah, even now when we come in, we will continue with what we have done.
20 individuals were honored representing various levels and categories. From Benin, Kebbi, Hassan Abubakar Koko, NTA.
The federal government is concerned over issues of kidnapping and other security challenges confronting the country, and it is working hard to secure lives of citizens and ensuring those abducted regain freedom. These were the words of assurance from the Minister of State, Labour and Employment, Nkiruka Onyejocha, to the leadership of Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, while appealing to the doctors to call off their ongoing 7-day warning strike. Joseph Otsem reports that the minister gave the assurance during engagements with the leaders of the union in Abuja.
Monday, 26th of August 2024, resident doctors deserted public hospitals across the country. The action has left many without adequate care in the hospitals as the doctors protest adoption of some of their colleagues by kidnappers. But the doctors are not alone, as the Minister of State, Labour and Employment, Nkiruka Onyejocha, shares President Bola Tinubu's concern in this engagement with leadership of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors.
And that he's committed to protection of lives and property that he promised Nigerians. And so, in that vein, I plead with you people that work is ongoing, that please rescind the decision of continuing on this warning strike, because I know that as we speak, people who are not kidnapped are dying.
Based on this, we will definitely go back to our house and have a discussion with our members to see if anything will come out of that discussion. But for now, we've had a fruitful deliberation.
Representatives of the doctors describing the engagement as fruitful. Patients lying in the hospital can now look up with hope that full health care will resume soon for them to leave the hospital stronger. In Abuja, Joseph Otan, NTA News.
Let's now join Salamatu in our Kaduna Network Center for the next set of reports. Hello, Salamatu, it's over to you.
And glad to have you join us here. To improve road network across the state that will facilitate economic growth and easy transportation of farm produce, particularly in the rural areas, the Kaduna State government begins the construction of 21.85 kilometer road from Pambegwa to Kauru through Kahuta, linking two local government areas of Kubaro and Kauru. Let's hear more from Muhammad Umar Ajingi.
It is the turn of the people of Kauru to benefit from the ongoing effort of the state government of providing good road network across the state. The state governor, Basani, got the construction of about 21.85 kilometer roads to link most of the villages in the local government area.
Kaduna is leading in some of the crop production in Nigeria, particularly maize, tomatoes, as well as ginger. These very important local government and surroundings have been leading in the production of maize production in the whole of Nigeria. And that is the reason why we are here today to ensure that we construct a very important road, which I have no doubt in my mind will help Kaduna to consolidate as #1 producer of maize in the whole of Nigeria.
The road, which is expected to reduce travel time, will also ease the transportation of agricultural products from farms to markets. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
The Nigerian Defense Academy joins the League of Military Institutions that have signed in on the international humanitarian law across the world. Correspondent Haruna Muhammad reports that the Memorandum of Understanding between the Nigerian Defense Academy and the International Committee of the Red Cross is a significant milestone towards producing officers of international repute.
The international humanitarian law is a set of rules that seek humanitarian reasons and limits to the effects of armed conflicts, especially on civilians. And this visit by the International Committee of the Red Cross to the Nigerian Defense Academy is to commit them to paper. Having signed on the symposium, acceding to the international humanitarian law for passing out cadets with the team lead, putting cadets through the nitty-gritty of international humanitarian law as well as the application of the 7 fundamental principles in the theaters of operation. The Commandant, Nigerian Defense Academy, Major General John Ochai, represented, says the partnership with the International Committee of the Red Cross will ensure that future officers are equipped with the knowledge and understanding to uphold all international laws of armed conflicts and ensure protection of rights of civilians during the times of war and conflicts.
This will help to increase the knowledge on the international humanitarian law, not only theoretically, but also.
The
world is evolving and we have new set of security challenges. And we need to equip the cadets with all the skills they need to survive in the current environment we find ourselves.
Because they are trained to be platoon commanders, so they will be the ones that will, make first contact with the adversaries and as well as address the issue.
The Nigerian Defense Academy has long been committed to producing officers of international caliber, and this event is a significant milestone to the Academy producing officers of international repute. From the Nigerian Defense Academy, I'm Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Haruna's report conclude our package. From here is back to Dennis in our Abuja studios. Good evening.
Thank you, Salamatu. Now, the Abia State government has declared that it will reposition the state's university teaching hospital to a national center of medical tourism in Nigeria. Commissioner for Health, a consultant neurosurgeon, Professor Enoch Uche, gave the hint after an inspection tour of the facility. Ikechukwu Ndukwe reports.
The patient falls or the surgeon falls.
Despite being the second state-owned university teaching hospital in Nigeria, the Abia State University Teaching Hospital has had its own days of glory and its own days of baptism of fire. For instance, the tertiary health facility was denied accreditation by the National Universities Commission in 2021, which was later restated in 2023. Little wonder smiling faces of old consultants, indeed all personnel of the hospital, who battled long years of neglect of his welfare and facility. The health commissioner promised to establish a first of its kind neurosurgeon center, cancer and oncology center, among others.
NSC is interested in bequeathing an ecosystem of integrated healthcare that has that gives the highest level of qualitative care.
If there is one thing that the management of the Abia State University Teaching Hospital has achieved today, is the promise that the bad old days are gone and the days of plenty is coming very soon. Ikechukwu Ndukwe, NTA News.
Thank you, Ikechukwu. Now, all is set for the local government elections in Kebbi State, scheduled for Saturday. The Kebbi State Independent Electoral Commission confirmed this during a press briefing in Birnin Kebbi. Hassana Abubakar Koko reports.
The period for political parties has elapsed, and the Kebbi State Independent Electoral Commission says all is set for the local government polls. Commissioner in charge of communication and publicity, Mohammed Kaira Dan Hakimi, disclosed that all necessary materials, both sensitive and non-sensitive, have arrived in the state. He appealed for cooperation from politicians, voters, traditional leaders, security personnel, media athletes, and other stakeholders to ensure a successful election.
We are going to distribute all the sensitive materials, sensitive forms, to the 21 local government for onward transmission to their various wards. Already, all the material needed has already been distributed to various local government, but no sensitive material since last week.
Ibrahim Mohammed, chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, in Kebbi State, explained that only 17 out of the 18 registered political parties will participate in the election.
So far, so good, because by the unveiling of the sensitive material and the subsequent maybe inspection and the subsequent distribution, it surely indicated that this election is ready to be held in the state.
The electoral materials were unveiled in the presence of security agencies, IPAC representatives, and other stakeholders, demonstrating transparency and readiness for the polls. From Birnin Kebbi, Hassana Abubakar Koko, NTA.
Well, that report concludes Nationwide. I am Dennis Digunloye. From all of us here, we're saying thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your evening.